every comedian's career is completely different, right?
Everybody, man.
Everybody's ride is different. Recently, I had Dion Cole on, right?
Yeah.
Another good friend of mine who I love a lot in the game, and he's catching a wave right now,
Yeah.
you know, in his career. But he wasn't doing so well in the beginning. He said it to me on the podcast that, you know, he was doing the stand-up thing, but it wasn't catching.
It was,
So he said, man, damn, I got to switch lanes for a minute. So he started writing.
Right.
And that became very successful for him.
Right.
I feel like it's a very similar journey because you started out as a stand-up as well and was getting jobs, but you know, you kind of missed that whole Def Jam first volume 2 wave. Yeah. And then you came along on the second or third wave. And so now, what made you say, I'm going to start writing TV?
Well, I had another situation where I had no aspirations to be a writer. When I was on the road with Cedric, he had got a TV show.
Correct.
And then he was just like, yo, man, you're a funny dude. I want you to come be in the writer's room. And I was like, at that time living in Miami, I was like, writer's room? Don't they work Monday through Friday? I'm a comedian. I don't want no job.
Yeah, I want no job. You gonna put me at the bank.
But then he was like, he told me, would it pay? I was like, well, I could try, you know.
I could try.
I mean, I tried out. And then I ended up doing it. But I think what happened was I got 2 kids. And then the money, you know, gave me that security.
Absolutely.
To be able to provide for my kids. I think if it was just me, I probably would have tried it and been like, I'm going to just thug this thing out on the road.
Correct.
But I got 2 kids and it gave them a quality of life that I could provide for them.
Absolutely.
And then I still try to manage to do my comedy. I try to never let people forget that I'm a comedian first.
It's hard though because another one of my good friends that's a really Chris Spencer.
Me and him had the same conversation. He was like,
it's hard.
Never let them forget you're a comedian.
Absolutely. Like Owen Smith, another one of my friends that is hilarious, right? Yeah. But here's the thing:
Ian Edwards,
like these guys are stand-up comedians. Judd Apatow.
Yeah.
Judd Apatow is a stand-up comedian, people, but he decided to start writing and creating shows and movies and writing. So his sense of humor, his sense of humor and his pen translates in the writing room.
Yeah. I mean, my goal is to be able to keep doing it all to where I can create my own things.
Absolutely.
If y'all won't book me, then I'll book myself.
That's nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't see me as the lead. I do. This is my project.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. So, cause I had Owen going out on the road with me for quite some time, and the one thing that I noticed and from his conversations, and you know, we out at lunch and stuff, is that the writing room will steal your stand up. Like
if you let them.
Well, the thing about it is it puts you in a different pattern.
Right.
And you either writing jokes for someone else or you're writing jokes for a show that they are doing whatever way, or you're punching up.
Right.
So now where do you get the opportunity? You're making good money at the studio.
Right.
You own the lot.
Yeah, you on the line.
That's
you got a badge.
You got a badge.
Got an office.
So now, are you going to hustle, leave the studio, run and get on the road and get your chops up? How do you make the time?
That's exactly what I've been doing.
Right.
I still do. Like, I would leave the studio, go do a spot at the Laugh Factory, go do a spot at a bar. You know, sometimes I leave and come back. I just go do a quick spot and come back to work. That's exactly what, like, I hit you up like, Bill, yo, you know, let me MC this weekend.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I take a Friday off and then come
and
back.
go get it.
I've been managing it, man, because stand-up is the first love.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to let that go.
And the thing about it is, I have a lot of comics who are my friends that had stopped doing stand-up for a while.
Yeah, I can't see it.
And I could never stop being a comedian. Like, I don't know what I would do with myself if I write jokes in my sleep. Like, I'm always thinking of funny stuff, read every day, trying to find new bits. And one of my favorite comedians that just stopped doing comedy was Daryl Heath.
Daryl Heath. Oh, wow.
Daryl Heath was probably, in my mind, one of the funniest people I had ever seen when I came to LA. And I just didn't understand it.
How do you think, well, I guess you gotta have the love. If the love is not there,
but things happen in life too,
right?
You know what I mean. But I never knew what the story was why Daryl Heath stopped doing stand up. But I felt like he was going to blow up.
Right.
Like I was like, yo, he's so funny. He about to probably get a TV show or this something else. He was right there too, right? And then I didn't see him for a long time. Right. It's like I would see you in gaps. You know, I'd be like, I see Malik, and then I don't see you, and then you pop up, you know, and I'd be like, yo, Malik, yo, and you be like, yeah, I'm right here. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
But the thing about different people's careers, and I can tell you from my experience, you know, everyone, if you stay in it long enough and you stay true to who you are, they'll come to you.
You're gonna get a shot.
You'll get a shot.
That's what I believe. If you stay consistent and you stay, you know, working hard, you're gonna get a shot. Now I don't know what that shot might turn into, but you'll get a shot.
But whatever that shot is, you better shoot it.
Yeah, you're going to get a shot. It might be a 3, it might be a tech, it might be a 2-pointer, but you're going to get a shot.
Yeah.
I just feel like you're going to get it. And you get multiple shots. I mean, we both had multiple shots.
Absolutely, but you know, I have always tried to be consistent, and I've been very, very meticulous about the things that I want to do in my career. Like, I want to do roles that stand out if I'm doing like a movie or if I'm on a TV show. I want to do something that I know I could kill. Like, I remember when Sid, you know, was saying, you got to come on The Neighborhood. You got to come kick it with me.
Right.
I'm like, Sid, you know I'll come do the show. It just got to be something that I know I could kill.
Right.
And so when he sent me, you know, the information, I was like, oh, on that role, oh, that's a layup. Like, yeah. I'm you know, that's a layup for me. I'm about to kill that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then also too, speaking of shots, like there's people like Kevin Hart. You know, I use his career as an example of never giving up on yourself.
Right.
You know, I remember Kev out there, you know, being in the clubs and not doing that good at first and struggling, getting his voice, finding his footing. You know, Kev is like, he was tenacious with that shit. Like I just was seeing Kev, like I'm like, Kev is like, man, I don't know if they like me, man. Like, what's going on? Like, I've been doing the white rooms, then I come to the black rooms and people, and I was like, Kev, just keep coming, just keep. Sure enough, boom, he kept coming. Got better. Bow. Now he's Kevin Hart, right?
Kevin Hart.
Like I remember when people didn't know who Cat Williams was.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? I remember I'd known Cat Williams my whole damn career.
Right.
And
I didn't know who he was till he blew up.
See, I knew him before he blew up.
Right.
I remember when Cat Williams was doing guest stars, and like, you know, you didn't know who he was. You didn't know he was going eventually. You didn't know he was a comedian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Thought he was an actor.
You say, hey, he's this funny look. He do characters.
Right.
Boom. Bam. Mike Epps. Mike Epps came up with me. Mike Epps, me and Mike at the Peppermint. Mike's like, man, shit. You know, Mike never knew what jokes he was gonna do. Right. He was like, I'm on, okay, you know, I'll do something. You know, Mike was always to me, he was the first person I knew that was like, if ADD was a person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mike could just be like talking and then talk about me, this crackhead. You ever seen a crackhead eating popcorn? Like
kill.
Bro, I seen Mike kill with the simplest things because he's just naturally gifted like that, right?
He's just a funny guy.
But his career, boom, this way, Cat this way, Bill Bellamy that way. You know, now Deion Cole's coming, boom. Like, I feel like there's a lot of guys like yourself who are right there, like you're right there, like at your tipping point. And I don't know if there's a really interesting book that I read called The Tipping Point, and it's about, this book is literally about being consistent so much that you force your success in your life. And it becomes a tipping point where it all goes click.
It just have to happen.
Yeah, it has to. Because
you don't trick the universe.
You just trick the universe.
Yeah, the universe like, oh, my bad.